Mike's on.
What she do?
Good
Just
morning.
Good morning.
What do you say?
I don't know. It's Monday.
I had a great pheasant hunting trip in South Dakota.
Oh, and we missed you.
You did?
Yeah, I went there. I flew Wednesday morning to Gregory, South Dakota, and hunted that afternoon. You can't start hunting till noon out in South Dakota the first
Who knew?
2 weeks or so till you go on Central
They
Time.
gotta let the pheasants get rested.
Standard time. No, if you could hunt at the
They
beginning.
sleep in, the pheasants.
They
No,
do.
they don't sleep in. If you could hunt at dawn, you'd be done in about 10 minutes.
Jamie's out there right now.
Is he?
He's in
He's in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or Iowa.
This is
one or
South
the other.
Dakota. I've been going every year since 1980 out there because there are no pheasants in Michigan unless you go to a preserve. So yeah, it was great. Flew in to Gregory International on Wednesday morning, hunted Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon, and flew back Saturday when the winds were gusty as can be here on Saturday afternoon, early Saturday afternoon. Landed about 1 o'clock. So anyway,
And you
that's the story of
survived.
my life for the last.
Gregory
5 years.
International, they have cab service.
Yeah. But what's interesting is I rent a car
It's a
out
truck.
there from Crowder Lumber Yard, and they usually bring out this Suburban had 203,000 miles on it that
Wow.
they gave me to rent this year. It worked fine.
Broken
Yeah.
in.
Remember
Yeah,
the
we're fine.
Suburban we used to have? That thing lasts forever.
I know. Yeah. No, it was good. My dog does a great job. Without a hunting dog, good hunting dog, you'd never find a pheasant because there's so much cover out there. And she's dog tired each day. Along with
No-
her,
no
along
pun
with her
intended.
master, you know. I mean,
Well, you said that, and I said, so does that mean she's people tired?
yeah, she's people tired, so we had a good time. But it was really nice place to go. Nice people out in South Dakota. And then the other thing I'll mention is that I know this woman who was injured in the bike crash on Saturday morning. It's a tragedy, so very, very difficult. So anyway, what are we talking about today? Contracts?
You wanted to talk
construction?
about something specific. You even did your homework, you said.
Well, I just pulled up
I
some
thought
stuff.
you knew everything without
No.
even knowing it. And
No,
here
I-
you told me you did your homework.
No, I don't know everything. Okay, I need to actually look stuff up. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, I'm easy. Whatever you want.
That's such a false statement.
How about we could talk about how a house should be in pristine condition when you put it on the market. But you want to talk about construction or something.
Well, I suggested a good topic might be talking about how to select a contractor, whether you're doing a remodel, an addition, or you're doing a new house.
So what do you look for?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm looking for my wife to pay attention. is
I
what
am
I'm
paying
looking for
attention.
now.
It's just
She's-
my phone
she's-
downloaded like you're probably in here 100 times, literally. And I just was looking for one phone number to forward to somebody, and it was in there, and it just drives me crazy. So anyhow, go for it.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
No, what do you want to know about contract? Like when you're hiring a contractor, what are the
Well, I'm
things?
married to you, so I know everything subliminally or no
No, you don't.
collaterally.
No.
Actually, I don't have to know anything. I can just ask you.
Which you do. So okay, so what do you want to know?
What do I want to know? Well, what do you want to tell me? You
Okay,
have something.
somebody
on-
talk, because it's getting annoying.
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh, Jackie's annoyed.
Yeah.
Well,
What do
you
you-
clearly have a go through your
Well,
list.
what are the things you look for when you're trying to hire a contractor? What's the first thing you do?
Well, you got to find one first of all,
Okay, so
which
how do you
is
go
hard
about
to do.
how do you go about finding one?
Ask your friends.
Okay. In other words, you're gonna get references.
Yeah.
All right. So you talk to your friends. You get
And actually,
references.
when we just had a 3-story stair and 3 decks done on one of the apartment buildings we own, and the contractor Jerry Wilcutt was amazing. I mean, amazing. So the minute I hear somebody's doing some construction, I just automatically give his name out.
All right. So you get a reference. So what you now get a reference? You get 1 reference, 2 references, 3 references. How many references do you get?
As many as you can find.
Well,
Depends if it's somebody you really trust.
Yeah, in other words, I'm going to get at least 2 names, 3 names, maybe 4. You know, at some point I got to shut it off.
Couple.
Yeah. Now what are you going to do? So you contact the contractor. Then what?
How much?
No,
Now you
I
gotta
want to
get
know
a
some
quote.
other things first. I want
Is he
to.
licensed, insured?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first, is he licensed? In order to do residential construction, whether it's remodeling, addition, New construction, you must be licensed by the state of Michigan under Article 24 of the Michigan Occupational Code. Is the contractor licensed? That's the first order of business. Second, is the contractor insured? Does the contractor carry CGL coverage, which is comprehensive general liability? There's a corollary issue, it's called builder's risk insurance. That's usually project by project, and you're going to have to negotiate with a builder with respect to builder's risk, and we can talk about that. But is the builder insured? If so, in what amount? And I'm talking about CGL coverage and workers' comp coverage as well, so that the workers are covered if somebody gets injured on the job, so that you as the owner don't end up having any potential liability. What are the amounts of coverage? I want to make sure that the contractor has adequate insurance. $1 million minimum in terms of CGL. Just you want to get a copy of the declaration page of the insurance policy. What else you want to know?
So if they tell you, yeah, we're insured, that's not good enough?
Not good enough. I want to see the declaration page. I want to know who the company is. It's got to be an A-rated insurance company, AA rated or AAA rated insurance company. And I want to see the declaration page to know what the coverage is. That in fact they have the coverage that they say that they have. Actually get a copy of the declaration page. I don't need the entire policy. Just give me what's called the declaration page, which gives me the coverage, the deductibles, that sort of stuff. Next thing I'm going to do is...
What if they tell you you're insured? And
I-
something happens and they're not insured, they come back and try to sue you?
Yeah, the person that's injured,
Yeah.
yeah, you could have a potential liability.
Even if they lied?
Yeah, I mean, the question is whether or not, if it's truly an independent contractor, it's that independent contractor's employees. Generally speaking, the independent contractor, the contractor is going to have the liability. But if there's something on your property, or there is a potential claim arising from something on your property, or something you did when you showed up on site in the morning, you start talking to the contractor, you tell them you want it done this way or that way, you exercise any sort of dominion or control over the project, now you've got a potential liability. You've got to make absolutely certain that that contractor has workers' comp insurance. And CGL, comprehensive general liability, just covers if they, with their machine, they cause property damage or injure somebody, anything like that.
What about any subcontractors that he hires?
Same thing, got to ensure that the subcontractors have
How do you do
insurance.
that? I mean, like, when Jerry did the 3-story deck and stairway, I know he rented equipment and...
I'm not concerned about the rental equipment, that's not a subcontractor, but if a general subs a job out, your contract with the general contractor
Okay.
should have a clause that says that that contractor will insist upon insurance coverage by any subcontractor who is
So if
contracted by
you
them.
don't have to
anybody that
check.
helped him?
You don't have to check every...
I rely upon the
Subcontractor.
subcontractor. I rely upon my general contractor.
Alright.
My contract provides for that contractor's got to assure that the subcontractors have appropriate insurance as well. Okay?
Okay,
Next.
let's say that's
All right, so
that's
next,
been satisfied.
next thing, contact the state of Michigan, the licensing and regulatory agency.
Do you have the website address?
I don't, but you just go LARA, go to michigan.gov/LARA, and you can get to it. What you're looking for is whether or not any complaints, whether or not there's been discipline, not complaints, but discipline against that particular residential builder under Article 24. You can get that information from the state.
Freely?
Yes, very freely. I don't know if I don't think they have the discipline listed on the website. They give you the information, and you can check. When the contractor tells you he's licensed, you want to go to the state website, and you can actually, it says check a license when you go to
Couldn't
the
they give you a
LARA
copy?
site.
Couldn't you just get a copy of his license?
I can, but I want to make sure it's current.
Isn't there an expiration date on
There-
it? Because I know
there
my
will
real
be.
estate license has an expiration date on it.
There will be. Get a copy of it, but still go to the website. It's real easy to do. It says check a license. You can put in the number of if they give you a copy of the license, and every contract that you sign with them will include their license number. That's
And
going to be part of it.
At what dollar amount do I need a contract?
Any dollar amount. What do you mean? I mean,
Let's
if
say
it-
they're just gonna paint some shutters and trim on a house. Do I need a contract with them?
Yeah, you should.
Really? Even if it's, $500 or less?
Yeah, why not? Because I'm concerned about the liability, and that's not just the price that I'm paying for the work, it's the liability associated with it, and the
And what
quality
happens
of the
if
work.
I just hire a handy person to do it who has no insurance and they fall off a ladder?
You got
What
the
happens?
liability. You got the liability, baby.
So-
Yeah, you give them a ladder, and the ladder breaks because the ladder's defective, or
What if they use their own ladder and they fall?
again, if it's
Because I wouldn't be able to
if it's
find
an
ours.
independent contractor, you should
Right.
always have a written contract. That includes when you hire somebody to clean your gutters, you hire somebody to put on a roof, you hire somebody to remove critters from your attic. Right?
Yeah,
These
we
are
have
all
critters in our wall.
These are all people who are coming on your property
them
to
today.
do work, and you've got potential liability for what occurs. But we're getting stuck on one issue here, which is insurance and liability. I mean, there's so many
Well,
other
that's
things that you're
huge.
looking for.
Huge.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
check.
you were getting into malfeasance.
Yeah, I was checking about discipline by the state. In
Yeah.
other words, if they've been disciplined by the state for a violation of the state law governing residential builders, which would include violations of the building code, you can get that information from the state, and it's freely available from the state of Michigan. Check with the Better Business Bureau, see if any complaints have been registered with the Better Business
That's a
Bureau.
good one.
There's also the state attorney general's Consumer Protection Division, which encourages people who have complaints against licensees, in this case builders licenses, to file a complaint with the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division. Again, you can get that information, the phone number online. So you check those. I'd check municipal records. Go to the municipality that has the building department. It's going to be the city, the township, or the county, depending upon where you live, and see what kind of projects that particular builder has been engaged in. Because
Now, I'm guessing, Bill, most people don't go through this.
almost nobody does.
Right.
And they should, because
They might go step 1, step 2.
You know,
Here's-
a lot
here's-
of times, so like when a lot of contractors, we use Rodney Fry, a veterans home roofing, to do our roofs, and he automatically gives me a copy of his insurance. A lot of contractors, good reliable contractors, will automatically give you. He has a contract and gives you a copy of his insurance, and
Mhm.
so.
yeah, no, I mean, a good contractor is already prepared for these sorts of things. But most people, they get a reference from somebody, they're too busy or too lazy to go check on the reference, or they only get one
The other
reference
thing I gotta
from
do
the
is
builder.
make sure they pull a permit, right?
That's on the checklist here. I'm just still right now on getting references, because when somebody refers a builder to me, the other thing I want is I'm not only gonna check on their record, their discipline, things like that, and the insurance, I'm also gonna check on their projects. I want them to give me a list of 10, 15 owners that they've done work for over the last several years with their phone numbers, and I'm gonna contact the owners to find out whether or not that builder showed up on time, kept to a schedule,
Cleaned.
came in, cleaned up the site. That's one of the
Kind of like
you
that
can tell.
commercial where the contractor says, "And I'm
Bill,
gonna
now
leave your
you-
job for
you're-
6
You're not
months."
going to call 10 or
Disappear.
15.
I'll get a list of 10 or 15. Look, we're doing a cottage up north. I've got a builder that I've pretty much selected, but that was after going through a list. I probably went through 4 or 5 contractors and then contacted for each of them owners whose names they gave me. Now, you gotta be careful about the names they give you too, because they're gonna give you references in most instances that are gonna be good references. That's
I
why you
would
go
think
to the
so.
municipal records to find out what
Yeah.
other projects they've been doing.
Although there was
But-
one, the house was really cute, and we stopped and talked to the owners, and the builder had given us their name and number, and they weren't happy with him. So, not always does the contractor know what their clients are gonna say.
Yeah, and you gotta admire a contractor that's willing to give you the names of people that they're not necessarily certain are gonna give them a good recommendation. But I want that owner who had work done by this particular contractor, I wanna know, did they stick to the budget? Did they stick to a schedule? Did they show up when they were supposed to show up? What was the quality of work? Did they have to come back and fix a bunch of stuff? If there was stuff that needed to be fixed, whether it was nail pops or loose trim, whatever it may be, did they come back timely to do it? I mean, those are the sorts of things I want to find out from the other people who have had jobs done by this particular contractor. And you can't get enough of that information. Right?
Fortunately, in Jackson, we've got contractors that I know I don't get bids from anymore because they're just good and honest, like A Plus Electric and Grimes Plumbing and Tom Rooney.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't limit it. There are
Right.
a number of good contractors.
Right,
We just,
but those are some
we've
of the
been
ones
through
we've
some of
used.
we've been through bad ones, we've been
Right.
through good ones. We've been through good roofers, we've been through bad roofers, because we own a number of properties, so we're pretty well attuned to who does good work and who shows up on time. That's a real.
Well, and there's also a big
real problem.
difference. Some people will tell you everything that needs to be done, therefore their price looks like it's higher, where others won't include things like landscaping. Let's say you're building a new house. A lot of contractors don't include the landscaping, and some will, and the ones that include it looks like they're higher.
Yeah.
So know what, you gotta make sure you're comparing apples to apples.
Yeah, one of the sort of again, a corollary of this is, if I'm doing a project, a lot of people say, well, I'm gonna do subcontracting myself, I'm gonna sort of be the construction manager and I'll do that. You can do that. The problem is that if you have a number of different trades on a particular job and you don't have a general contractor, if something goes wrong with any part of the project, you're gonna find one sub is gonna blame another sub. Or if the timing doesn't work out so that a wall's been closed up, but some of the electric hasn't been completed, now the electrician's gonna blame the drywaller. The drywaller's gonna blame the electrician. They're both gonna blame the owner for not scheduling things the way they should be. Personally, I think hiring a general contractor, and I say general contractor, not a construction manager, but a general contractor is the way to go. You'll pay more simply because you're paying someone to administer the job, but by having a general contractor overseeing the entire project, when something goes bad, guess whose fault it is? It's the general contractor. The general contractor is then gonna have to sort out whether it was the electrician, the plumber, the drywaller, the concrete guy, whoever, the foundation guy, whoever else it may be. That's the general's problem. If you hire simply a construction manager and you pay a fee for a construction manager, that construction manager isn't contracting with the subcontractors. That construction manager is overseeing or supervising a job, but you as the owner are contracting with each of the individual trades. So I'm a guy who's in favor of general contractors and builders who oversee a job, do that stuff. I mean, we're only a tenth of the way through all the stuff. Next week maybe, although next week I'm in court.
And next week I might have Pat Birch on here from our city manager.
All right, yeah, because I've
I
got
have to confirm with them.
I have to be in court over in.
That would be a rare
Grand Haven,
appearance.
so.
Well, I had to book him a couple weeks ago, and I didn't ask him if he actually put it on his calendar, so I'll call Sharon and make sure. So that might happen next week.
No, I'm not going to be here.
And next Monday, isn't next Monday Halloween?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Remind
you're
me
gonna
to
dress
bring
up?
him
You're gonna wear a costume?
Rose. We'll bring you a present next week.
Good, goody.
You'll like it.
I'm looking forward to it.
We have, I'll tell you what it is. We have,
Surprise.
Yeah.
Well, it was a surprise. to
at
me.
the gallery, Chris Kitley, who is AG Chocolates, made these cool chocolates, and they're skeletons, right?
It's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
The Nightmare Before Christmas. What's their name? I never saw
I
it.
don't know. It's a movie.
Yeah, Frankie and
No.
Stella. I don't know. I don't
Tim
know.
Burton movie.
Yes.
And anyhow, so they're really cool chocolates that are for Halloween specifically. A box of 2 for $3, but I'll bring you one.
Good,
That'll be my treat for you.
very
No
good.
trick.
Did you know it's Arts in Jackson Day tomorrow?
I heard that on the radio,
Oh.
and I've seen that. I heard that on your station. Are we doing anything, Jackie, for that, for the gallery?
It's just an online thing. Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
People can't hear what she just said. It's an
She said
online
that.
thing.
It's
Okay.
a hashtag thing.
It's a hashtag, I guess, and I guess you have to know how to use a hashtag. I personally do not know how to use a hashtag. Do you, Mr. Schlechte?
I signed up for Twitter the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have Twitter, but it's I can post, but I don't know how to do the hashtag thing. I don't know. Anyhow, some new listings. 601 Seymour is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, nice house on the corner, 960 square feet, $29,900. And then there's 1034 First Street, which is a nice 2-story brick home. And nice front porch, $29,900, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, and it's 1,400 square feet. And we have 6306 Burning Tree, which is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, almost 3,500 square feet of finished area. The first floor is about 1750, and that's 214-9. That's Northwest Schools, and we still have Lori Drive out there with Western Schools at 164-9, 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, almost 2,200 square feet of finished area. That's 6581 Lori Drive, and 387 South Mill Street is 249-9, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, and almost 3,000 square feet of finished area. And again, that's got a great floor plan. It sits on the Raisin River. Call me at 780-3800. Go to the website, thinkingrealestate.com.
Listen to what our residents are saying about Arbor Oaks.